The Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind is a nonprofit organization that provides people of all ages who are visually impaired and blind with training services to help them adapt to living with their vision loss and develop the skills that will enable them to maximize their independence.
Couldn't do anything like we have without the help of the Lighthouse.
Over 10 million people in the United States are visually impaired, over 500,000 in Florida.
When people lose vision, it turns their world upside down and they oftentimes don't know what to do. They think their life is over and they're never going to be able to do the things that they used to. And hopefully by doing adjustment counseling and helping people work through that process, we can encourage them that they're going to be okay and that there's definitely life after vision loss. And it's a new chapter of your life and you may have to do things differently, but you can still lead a wonderful life.
Causes of vision loss include macular degeneration, diabetic retinopathy, cataracts, glaucoma, and for children, retinopathy of prematurity. Every 7 minutes, someone in the United States loses vision or is born with vision loss.
I went from having vision of 20/40 last April. In 1 week, it went down to 2300. So it was a severe change in my vision.
And over 70% of people who are visually impaired are unemployed or underemployed.
I found out about the Lighthouse through the Division of Blind Services. They told me that in order for me to go back to work or continue working, because I had an internet business that I wanted to continue, that I could no longer see the computer for. So they said it would be beneficial for me to go to the Lighthouse and take the courses at the Lighthouse.
When an individual is planning to go back to work, I think that it's really important that they have their independent living skills down to an art. So it's a challenge, but we see it every day and we see people just coming alive.
It's definitely been a learning experience and I highly recommend it to everyone. I've actually decided to go back to school to be a rehab instructor for the visually impaired because of everything that I've learned here.
Now we can take that knowledge that we've learned from the Lighthouse and give it to our parents and our siblings, so when they interact with her, they know how to communicate with her. And it's really, really nice.
The Lighthouse works with babies, children, and their parents to ensure children learn how to use their other senses to learn, move, play, and gain confidence to live a full life.
The Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind has helped me become a better all-around person, a better person than I thought I would be when I was sitting around being depressed about vision loss.
Teens and young adults learn how to decide what to be when they grow up, how to use adaptive skills and technology to work, and how to get a job in the world of work. And yes, they also have a lot of fun hanging out with friends who know just what it's like to go through life without seeing well, and they are still normal and competent.
I think the mission of the Lighthouse is wonderful. We are learning so much about our own independence and how to take care of ourselves.
The Lighthouse helps adults learn to live, work, and enjoy life as a person with visual impairment.
I've kind of given up when I lost my sight. But now, when I leave here, I go home and I get up and I do things that I just let slide. I've just gotten to doing things again, and I've really enjoyed everything. I've learned a lot, and I appreciate all the help I got.
Training includes learning to get around safely and independently, learning to use the computer and technology for work and life tasks.
The Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind could not have come along at a better time for me. I've been blind all my life and have been through a variety of training programs, even in a few different states. So they took me in and smoothed out the rough edges, the biggest one being helping me complete finishing my computer skills, where I learned to master Microsoft Office. If all goes well, I'll get my A+ certification, and then I'll ultimately find a decent job and make a few extra bucks. All of this due, of course, to our local Lighthouse.
How to manage finances, Braille, and much more.
Braille opens a whole new world to people who lose their vision. It allows them to access material. It basically gives them literacy. So it allows us to be able to read and write and carry on our lives like a sighted person would.
People who are blind or visually impaired can take care of themselves and their families. They can work, take care of their homes and children, and manage their own finances and medications.
I have to say, I thought I was independent until I came here, and then I realized that there was a lot of things that you guys taught me. And I think that the staff is wonderful, every one of them. And they've really made a difference in my life. I wished I would have done it 2 years ago.
People want to remain in their homes, and the Lighthouse works to help people achieve the skills that will allow them to do so.
The Lighthouse gives you the foundation to live your life.
Hello, I'm Sylvia Perez, the Executive Director of the Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind. We are a nonprofit organization providing services in Pasco, Hernando, and Citrus counties. Our mission is to provide people who are blind and visually impaired with the skills needed to achieve their maximum independence. As a person who is blind, I understand how important training and services are to help people really learn to be confident and successful and independent people. Our services are provided to people of all ages, babies, children, teenagers, working age adults, and seniors. All of our services are provided at no cost thanks to generous donors like you.
Contact the Lighthouse for the Visually Impaired and Blind at www.lvib.org or call 727-815-0303.